The chairwoman of the RNC, Ronda Mcdaniel, is now stepping down, signaling even more so the chaos and dysfunction of the current Republican Party. And not only is she planning to step down, but Trump is likely to back election denier Michael Whatley to be the new RNC head. Though Whatley would still have to be elected, and Trump's blessing is far from a guarantee. Last year, he endorsed Whatley himself to be co-chairman, and he still lost, as well as endorsing a few other positions in the RNC and not securing a single one. But I have to tell you, most of this reads as a situation where Republicans are just ready to put the blame on whatever is the most convenient answer. Obviously, they've lost everything in rather grand fashion since Trump came around in 2016, definitely since Roe v. Wade was overturned, and they're just looking for someone to point the finger at who's not named Trump. And in doing so, I think they're missing the forest for the trees, in my personal opinion, as fundraising has noticeably been harder under Trump. Many donors don't want to back the Republican Party after Trump tried to thwart the peaceful transfer of power. And even before that, they didn't want to back him because of his demeanor and brash comments towards women and other minority groups, which is also a large part of Republicans losing in 2018, 2020, 2022, and in 2023 special elections, as the party is split even within itself between MAGA loyalists and those who are largely ready to move on from Trump. On top of that, Republican positions are just growing increasingly more unpopular. Overturning Roe v. Wade, the draconian abortion laws in red states, opposing things like paid family leave that poll at higher than 80%. And instead of accepting that their positions are unpopular, they're instead just trying to push the blame on something else rather than take accountability. They hardly have a policy platform anymore. So much so that they increasingly just focus on the culture war, which most average, normal Americans do not care about. And even in doing so, they're taking such fringe minority positions, it's hard for anyone without preconceived bias to actually get behind them. Oh, we're anti-woke and against men and women's sports, and we support parents having control over their kids' choices, and business owners shouldn't have to serve homosexual couples. And most normal people look at these things and have one of two reactions. One, they go, I've never thought of any of this a day in my life. Why are these people so obsessed about it? Or two, they begin to question the validity of what they're saying because it sounds so absurd. 10 years ago, they would have proposed things that we could have actually argued about, like, let's lower taxes for rich people or sanction this poor country. Let's drone strike this other country here. And I could have sat here and told you why all of these are bad ideas and explained to you such. But now it's just like they progressed or regressed back to pre-civil right mindsets where all they want to debate is human rights and how far they can push the line of what human rights are, even when they create issues and get solutions handed to them, like a very conservative border deal after they fear-mongered about the border for 2 years. Now they just don't want to make a border deal. It's like, never mind that. Not an issue, right? And honestly, I don't know what Republicans could even run on at this point now that they've been exposed to not even care about the issues that they try to run on. And while everyone is pointing the finger at Ronda Mcdaniel, I truly believe that Trump is a quintessential piece to the demise of the Republican Party. And I think the evidence is clear. He's a sickness that they just can't get rid of. And then on top of that, they're also just not offering real solutions. They're just offering problems. So for anyone with any shred of critical thinking ability to question them, they instantly crumble. It only works when you're around people who are going to take everything you say at face value. Oh, Biden inflation. Well, how do you fix it? I don't know. The border's a crisis. Well, okay, here's a solution to it. We don't want it. The economy's a mess. Everyone's struggling. Okay, what's your policy to turn it around then? Well, get men out of women's sports. And it's like, what? This is all just nonsense. And at this point, it's hard for anybody with common sense to even take them serious, which is frustrating given the fact that they make up such a large part of government and Congress and are a pivotal part in getting legislation passed. But it's like you can't even take these people serious. The tribalism is just so frustrating, especially when they don't have any successes or solutions proposed. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.